And one,
Live.
2, 3. There we go. We're
Hello, everybody.
Hey,
Hello,
everybody.
How's everybody doing out there today?
Facebook.
Facebook. I got a bruise.
You got a bruise, yeah, from working yesterday.
Yeah.
You've been behind a desk too long.
I'm telling you, man, my back hurts. It really does. I got up this morning and I got up in plenty of time. Well, what I did yesterday. There's the Echo Clinic here is ran by Dr. Bell, and it's a free medical clinic for people that wouldn't have medical otherwise, you know.
Right on.
And now it's also a big thrift store and stuff and all that, you know. But Oprah Winfrey, it actually funded the building of the place, you know.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And that's when it was real small, and then it blew up. It's this big thing because, well, she gave him a bunch of money to do it, you know.
Right. Right.
Now they're doing it's called Echo Village, and they're building 8 homes for people that are in transition. It's to get, you know, like women, you know, out of abusive situations, things like that.
Sweet.
You know, people coming out of rehab, people that just need kind of like a hand up, not a hand out, a hand up. And it's not somewhere for you to live forever. You know, it's somewhere to get you back on your feet, you know, to get you moving again.
So in other words, they don't own it. They just get to use it.
They just get to use it. Yeah.
Okay.
But they're about, I don't know, I'm going to say they're about 1,000 square foot little houses. You know, they're not tiny homes.
And can they have their children there?
Do what?
Can they have their children with them there too?
Yeah, they do. Some actually have lofts. I was noticing yesterday that, you know, because they had these huge,
Google,
like big gables on them. You know, like big, like barn looking, you know, here, draw it small. Right. But I was like, what in the world? And then it dawned on me, oh, that's for a loft. You know.
Gotcha.
You know, and so some of the units are bigger and smaller. Gotcha. But, you know, some of them are going to be for, you know, people with families, you know, and, you know, a lot of women in bad situations like that, you know, they have kids, you know, and they got to get all of them out of it. And to have somewhere safe to go and even more, I mean, really for the children, so you don't disrupt their lives so much and stick them in a shelter, you know, or a dormitory situation, you know, to be able to go to a house with a little yard area. You know, it's going to be a little road, a little village. It's a little village, you know, is what it is.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. And a lot of other churches, I'm pretty sure it's Methodist, you know, kind of volunteered to build the walls.
Nice.
Well, they built the walls, just volunteers at churches in other states. I mean, like one in Owasso, Oklahoma did. I think there was some in Wisconsin and somewhere else. So they're all prefab structures, you know, in pieces, but they went ahead and skinned them too. They're not just the 2x4s; they're 2x6 walls too, which is really big construction. You know what I mean? But they were heavy because they went ahead and skinned them with, you know, plywood, and they're heavy. It takes 4 grown men to move one. You know what I mean?
Wow.
I mean, really, and you're not just kind of carrying it with 3 other guys. You know, you're carrying it. It's heavy.
Right.
But it was a lot of work, you know, but they're going up really quick, you know, because they're in, I don't know, I'm going to say 8-foot sections, you know. Mm-hmm. And so you're able to put it together real fast, but there's a lot of, you know, and with anything with volunteers, you know, obviously there's going to be some hang-ups and some things the plywood was on the wrong side.
Right.
You know, and things like that. So, you know, there was a little bit of fixing some stuff, but hey, you know, these people donated this stuff. These other churches, you know, they did fundraisers and bake sales, and, you know, some people just gave, you know, and things like that to give to this group here to do this, you know. And I thought, man, that's really cool, you know, and it's really along the lines of what I was wanting to do with my nonprofit, you know. I wasn't going to go this far with it, honestly. I was thinking more of a kind of a dormitory situation, really. Right. Little homes that can just be put up in a day or two, you know, like some 10 structures, you know, there's some different things out there. But cost-wise, this didn't cost me a lot because it was all donated.
Nice.
You know, and I was like, wow, okay. So really all they had to provide was the land and stuff. But, you know, that's what I was doing yesterday. And I planned on it today too. But I got up a little bit too early. And I'm one of those kind of people, I like get up, get everything going. I need to be in a hurry, kind of. Right. If I give myself too much leeway, I have too much time, you know. Right. So I kicked on the Weather Channel and kicked back for a second. Thought, well, I'm just going to watch Weather Channel, you know. Woke back up at 10:30.
You're not watching the Weather Channel, brother.
Chris, I felt great when I woke up, buddy.
Great.
I felt great. I kind of felt bad a little bit, but I was like, man, you know what? I must have needed a little bit of rest. You know.
Well, let's welcome some folks. We got
I don't even have my phone up, man.
Booze, Pam, Jeremy, Rich. I can't see who else, but we got a bunch of people on here with us, and you know, we want to first of all say hey to everybody and thank you for coming again and being here with us. And today we're going to do a little bit of recap. We are going to give you the fifth. We are going to give you the fifth thing that all leaders, if you're trying to create a social presence, should be doing. Okay. We're going to do that closer to the end of the call. We're going to do a little bit of recap today, just to make sure that everybody is up to speed.
Exactly.
And we want to say that if you missed Miss Kathy King or you missed Mr. Brandon Ivy as a guest, you definitely want to go back to our YouTube channel, which is Krypto Let's Talk, and you want to get those. You definitely want to get those. Yeah. Additionally, today, and I've been away. I apologize. I've been out of pocket most of the day. I've been mobile. They're going to turn my power off anytime because they're putting new poles outside, y'all. That's okay because my internet has a battery backup for 12 hours. Yes, it does. But we pay dearly for that. But anyway.
Computer?
Huh?
Is your computer plugged into it and everything? Or you just have internet and no computer?
No.
I'm kidding.
The modem.
I'm joking. It was a
joke.
joke.
Modem runs off of it.
It runs off. Okay.
The modem runs off of it.
Right.
So if the power goes down, which it will when they decide to pull that old pole out there up and put the new one in, they'll, the box will kick in. But anyway, what I was saying was, today,
let's tell them the heartbreaking news first.
Well, wait a minute. The thing that was crazy for me was I came home, and as soon as I got on, Mr. King hit me with a video that was just posted. It was like literally within minutes. And I stopped and I watched it. And if anybody is in cryptocurrency, if anybody is interested in cryptocurrency, if anybody is in cryptogenics, if anybody is that person that's wobbling, doesn't really know about the cryptocurrency, or if you're building a business in cryptocurrency with cryptogenics, this is the video that you need in your back pocket. I recommend that everybody save this video somewhere where you can grab it easy and you could send it to people, because Mr. Troy Dooley, and if you don't know who Troy Dooley is, I would recommend you Google him. But Mr. Troy Dooley did about a 15-minute video today that quite a bit of it was cryptogenics and cryptogenics related. He spoke very highly of our company. He spoke very highly of our core five. He spoke very highly of the industry. And it's a very eye-opening video. So if you didn't get it, let me know. I'll drop it to you. I believe we have posted it in every group and every chat room that we've got, but we might have missed something. So if you guys need it, let us know. We'll be glad to get it to you. But like I said, we really, honestly, y'all, we really honestly need to get this out. And the reason that I say that is, and it's kind of fitting that this happened this week as we're talking so much about cryptocurrency and about the cryptocurrency world, because quite honestly, it couldn't have come at a better time. This man, he does not fudge. If you don't know who he is, I recommend that you just research him and watch some of his stuff on YouTube. He doesn't fudge anything. He's probably one of the most cut and dry, one of the most, what is the word I'm looking for? Most honest people. He is down the middle of the road, and you walk the center line or you don't walk at all. So wanted to just kind of throw that out there. And let everybody know that happened today. I'm super excited about that. I can also tell you that I have it on good authority that the video was non-solicited. As a matter of fact, the Core 5 didn't even know he did it until he forwarded it to them. So they got it out to us just as quickly as he could. And I feel like, people are always looking for tools. And here's my take and Joe's take on tools. Okay. A tool is a good thing, right? And tools are hot.
Hot tools.
Tools are hot.
Hot tools.
Tools are a good thing unless you don't know how to use the tool.
Exactly.
So what I'm going to say to you guys is this. Get out there and look at that video and make sure that you watch it like 2 times, 3 times before you start sharing it, because this is a tool that you need to know how to use. Because this guy, when he talks on this video, okay, Joe, go get you some coffee, Joe. When he talks on the video, he brings up some points that people are going to ask you about, and they're going to want more information about. And you need to know how to answer this stuff. Okay. So that being said, all right for power tools. So Bethany says we have power tools. Yay for power tools. All right. So Joe has been he's been quizzing me, y'all. I think he thinks that I'm just joking about all this training that but he's been quizzing me to see what I know. Okay. So that's a good thing. I love it. And we have really literally been entrenched. And that's why you probably have noticed neither one of us have been quite as active
in social media, really.
Yeah. Because honestly, I'm taking a class and I am so engrossed in that class, unless I just happen to glance up at my screen and I see the tab flashing that somebody's message, I have no clue. I am in my class. I'm taking my notes. I'm learning. I'm growing. I'm getting my brain to expand. I'm resetting my subconscious mind, because it all begins where? In the subconscious mind. And, if you're not taking the training, you are doing yourself a disservice. You really are doing yourself a disservice.
Did everybody get in now? Or
if they can't get all the way in, they can at least get on K-Chise and take those first 5 videos.
They take those first 4 or 5 or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, everybody, you really should do that. Man, you're going to learn. You're going to understand if you do that. If you haven't so far, do it. It really is worth it. And I know you may be thinking, well, I can't get in until next week or whatever, so why do it now? You're going to want in. You know what I mean? Now, it's going to make you want to be able to get to it, if you can't quite get there yet. But, man, it really is. It brings you in. It's not boring, and you're going, oh, that makes sense. Okay. And I've caught myself, I'm going back already and rewatching, and it's kind of inhibiting my forward motion.
It's okay.
But for me to sit down and pay that much attention, it's easier for me to see it 2 or 3 times, and then I'll know it all real well. You know what I mean? But,
and you know what, Joe? That's important that you said that sincerely, because I think you and I are probably 2 of the most ADHD people on our team. I think everybody else
focused. Yeah. Without the men.
I think everybody else is fairly focused compared to us. We see a squirrel, we're like, whoa, what is that? Oh, look at that. How cool. Yeah, exactly. So for it to be able to continue to keep my attention and Joe's attention and, really focus, like I got another notebook out, y'all. And the workbook that you print off is crazy. And, it's continual. It's fantastic. So I really want to see everybody. I really want to see everybody doing that. And if you're in my team, which we're all one team, one family, that's not what I mean. If you are working with, I should rephrase that. If you are working with me personally, let's put it that way. If you're working with me personally as a coach, my nose itches, y'all. I cut grass and it is itching, and I'm sorry.
He's allergic to chlorophyll.
I am. I'm allergic to the green stuff.
No, chlorophyll.
The stuff in the grass, I'm allergic to it. So
chloroform's what you. Never mind. Smell this, and then they're out. That's what knocks you out. This smell like chloroform. Sorry.
So
it's an old bar trick. Richard said, "Tool."
Yes. So
thanks, man.
Here's the thing. We really. I lost my train of thought, but it's okay.
Cutting grass.
I'll find it again. But just for you guys to know that that sincerely, this is the real deal training. And I am so excited. But that's what it was. If I am working with you personally as a coach, accountability coach, next Friday, put it on your calendar. Next Friday, we will have our first OATS meeting, okay, and our first MMCA meeting. So next Friday, put that on your calendar. Some of you will know what that is. Some of you will not, because you haven't taken enough of the training to know. But I'm starting next Friday. Okay. Cool. This Friday, if anybody is ready for accountability, let me know, and we'll start the group this Friday. Because
tomorrow.
Yeah. Tomorrow.
The group, not the training, though.
Right. We'll start the group tomorrow.
Start putting the group together to. Yeah. Go ahead and throw me in there. Put me in there.
So I want to make sure that everybody that wants to be in there is in there, and that we're working together, and that we're helping people build their teams. Yeah. So that's the most important thing. You're going to learn in this training, y'all. One team, one mission, one message.
Yep.
We're all cryptogenics. Now, obviously we also have to work on building our own organizations. We're all the CEOs of our own business. Okay. So that being said, we've got to work on that too. So, hey, Joe, there was some really exciting stuff that you shared with me yesterday. And I'd like for you to share that information on here. And that was that that Gloria just has been blowing it out of the water. Would you like to talk about that for a couple minutes?
Oh, yeah. Last couple of days I put it in the Krypto Nights room, right? Yeah. I get all the rooms confused, but you know what I mean? And so
got a lot of them.
It took about 10 minutes. You say about 10 minutes, Gloria? Yeah. Sorry, she's writing me a horribly urgent message right now. Won't you be covering Chicago tomorrow? Yeah, yes. Baby. That's why we're not. I know we're not doing the training tomorrow. We're just, thank you, hon. Yeah, that's, I'm just making. Yeah. We're going to be covering Chicago tomorrow too, since that just was asked. But Gloria ran in here. This was cute. Look.
I love it.
She's like,
thank you, Gloria.
And I was like, what? She's like, won't you be covering? It says, won't you be covering Chicago tomorrow? Like, how are you going to do it? I was like, yeah, hon. That's what we were getting to. I guess there is a bit of delay. I figured she could hear me. Oh, anyways. So I took about 10 minutes out of my day.
Right.
To teach Gloria how to day trade cryptocurrency.
Right.
She picked 25 the first day. 16 were winners.
Wow.
Then the winners she's picked are still winning.
Awesome.
And we've had some go down a little bit, but jump right back up, and there've been some peaks that haven't been reachieved, but it's all climbing back to it. And I'm talking about little stuff, guys. I'm not talking about, $10,000 in anything. I'm not talking about 100 or, I'm not even talking about $100. You know what I mean?
Right.
But you really need to put about 100 in. I would think. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not a financial advisor. Nope. These results are not typical either. I got to say all that stuff to be compliant. I don't want to get sued or anything. Or
we stay compliant.
Yes. But man, she's been doing it. She's right on it. She's using a pen and paper. Okay. She's got some notebook paper and one of Nixon's old notebooks she never used, like a 3-ring binder.
Right. We buy for the school and nobody uses them.
Yeah. And her phone. Okay, now I'm going to show her all the training, and let her get on a computer, because if you go into coin market on your computer, you get tons more information
Right.
Then you do, boom, it's got your, your Bollinger lines and everything. You know what I mean? It's got all that stuff. And she's not using any of that yet. She's just watching the charts. Now, she has an accounting background. So numbers to her, she's just able to see them, kind of. You know what I mean? And she's not doesn't love math at all either. But she's like, okay.
She loves money.
Yeah, she loves money. Well, and what I told her too was, don't get attached to any of this stuff. Don't look at it like it's your money either. Look at it like you're earning points.
Mm-hmm.
Look at it like you're, she likes to play her, for like memory improvement. She plays her video games like on her phone,
right.
The little match stuff or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, hey, do this part of the time, and she's got a notebook. I mean, she's got pages filled out every hour on the hour. She's checking this stuff. And she's like, hey. And she's excited about it. You know? And the thing is, you don't have to start out with a lot of money if you're consistent.
Right.
You know what I mean? And you don't have to have all winners. You know what I mean? Some things you're going to lose,
mm-hmm.
But just watch it and just realize, set yourself a goal. Say, I want to make $5 today.
Mm-hmm.
$5 you didn't have,
Mm-hmm.
Now, by the time you exchange stuff, you're going to make it more than $5 probably.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just the point of doing it. And this also goes into our training. Through going through the training, I was able to teach her this in 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm going to cheat and let her watch my videos. Sorry, guys. And she's like, can I really watch them? Well, she thought that the videos were erased. After I took the test, I told her, oh, yeah, that's another thing. We need to get those tests back up. After we take them, we need to be able to get the tests still. You guys made it where they go away. And that's a bad idea. I'm just letting you know that. I know you really need my opinion on everything, but I'm giving it to you.
I think more than one person thinks that, Joe.
Oh, I was just making sure. I'm going to be the one that yells it real loud so I get yelled at.
I think that, we don't care if they yell at us. We'll just say, sorry.
But she thought all the training was erased.
Right.
When I told her the test were, so she's like, well, you can't get in your training anymore. I was like, what do you mean?
Yeah, we can.
I get in it every day. It's like, yeah. It's like, so I'm going to go through and let her watch just the ICO part.
Mm-hmm.
Or not the ICO part, the trading parts.
The trading part.
Because it's one of those things, if this is what she's doing, she's like, I don't want to confuse myself with a whole lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to do this. It's like,
right.
Okay, cool. There you go.
Right.
And she don't want to give me $300 either.
And here's the thing, y'all. And I'm just being completely open, honest, and transparent. Okay. Yeah. Your spouse, if they're interested and they're willing to take a few of those classes, I would recommend that simply because it allows them a better picture, a better insight of what it is that we're doing. Okay. And so then when they hear us talking on these three-way calls or, on these lives or whatever it is that they hear us talking about and helping our team, they can kind of connect the dots too. They know what's going on instead of feeling left out. Now, all of our spouses are not going to be interested in that. Okay. And just being honest. But it is definitely, I think, advantageous. So I'm really excited about what Gloria is doing. Mm-hmm. I'm excited that she's taken interest.
Yeah.
I'm also excited that she's picked up on different things. Like she's got it.
Yeah.
I mean, she's not perfected it, but she's got a good start.
She's got it. And the thing is, she's doing it with less than all the information.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I'm just going, well, if you can do this with this right now, look, if you can build a house,
she can perfect
a hammer and a handsaw, wait till you get a nail gun and a skill saw, buddy.
Right. She's going to perfect it.
Yeah. And it's like, okay, cool.
Right.
A measuring tape is a lot better than a ruler,
There you go. So,
hey, what's the?
I want to recap. No,
okay,
go ahead.
What do you want to? No, I was just going to ask.
Recap these five social media things that we should be doing.
Did you find them?
Okay. If we're positioning ourselves to be a leader in the industry. So, and again, everybody says it's big secrets. It's not a big secret. You're probably doing a lot of it already and just don't realize that this is something that you really should be doing. Okay. And that's okay. Don't let it worry you. Okay. But here's the thing. The first thing was, if you remember, number one was use personal stories.
Let me look at my thing here.
Joe is awesome. So is Chris. Aw. So here's here's the thing about the personal stories, right? And we're just going to recap and hit them and go. Recap and hit them and go because we got the fifth one to do. Right. So personal stories allow people to kind of get a glimpse into who you are. That's really what it's about. Okay, so just keep it simple. Number two, do you remember what number two was, Joe?
I sure do. It is a personal philosophy.
Exactly. And we talked about the fact that Joe and I's philosophy is similar, but it's not the same. And so we take the things that we agree on and that we're similar on, and we go with those. Okay. Right. Mm-hmm. So,
what's wrong?
Prayers needed for Rob. Airline did not deliver his luggage in Chicago. There's always something.
Just go buy new clothes. Hey, at least the plane landed. There we go. Jeremy, you scared us there, buddy.
So personal philosophy is something that is important on the connection level. It's really important on the connection level. People want to know where your mind is and how it's working and how they line up with you or don't line up with you, right? Like Brandon said yesterday on our call, excuse me. Mm-hmm. Like Brandon said on our call yesterday, everybody's not going to want to join him. Everybody's not going to want to join Joe. Everybody's not going to want to join Chris. Okay. Some people are going to gravitate towards Joe. Some will gravitate towards me. Some will gravitate towards Brandon. There's enough to go around, y'all. Don't get excited. It's going to be all right. Yeah. Number three was lifestyle posts. So we talked about Joe and I posting about food a lot and, maybe taking a picture at the lake, or maybe Joe's getting ready to go into the front, go into his brick and mortar, the bar, and he takes that picture of the sign and drops it on Facebook. These are all lifestyle posts.
Yeah. It's just letting people into what you're doing.
They're important.
Yeah. And it's a picture of, hey, this is me. Ha. You know what I mean? And this is where I'm at. That's what I'm doing. And, the picture's worth 1,000 words thing is kind of true. And that's why Instagram is so big. Now, not everybody wants to go take selfies of themselves all the time, And so maybe you can just take pictures of the thing. You take the picture going that way, not back at you. You know what I'm saying? But,
selfies work too, but just make sure whatever you're doing is in the background.
If you're uncomfortable being, a lot of people are uncomfortable, for instance, being on this right now. You know what I mean? And honestly, we discussed this the other day. Chris and I were pretty uncomfortable with this, and we can both get up in a room with 10,000 people and speak. I took public speaking classes for a year.
Yep.
Probably wouldn't guess that, but I did. You know what I mean? And I was shy before that, you know what I mean? But, it's getting out there, and that's a real big one, guys. And I don't know if we put enough emphasis on that. That's why I'm doing it now. Is let people get to know you. That's the relationship building part.
Yep.
Also though, I'm going to throw this in real quick. Is that okay, Chris?
Go ahead.
Okay. We joined some rooms, and some of the rooms on Facebook aren't necessarily where I think we want to position ourselves. It's not where I want to position myself, and I'm not comfortable positioning the company in it at all. You know what I mean? And you're getting bombarded with all this. A lot of it's just crap.
Hey, dang.
You know what I mean? And you're going, really, and it's there's a lot of, so be mindful of what you're doing, and you're not going to know it till you do it, but it's okay to hit unfollow also, hit follow, boom, boom, boom. And then when you see that it's a bunch of, if you're in like get rich quick things and things like that, you don't want to lump this in there.
No,
I don't think they want us to lump in there, or maybe they're like, oh, whatever, we're going to prove we're different. But I don't want to have to fight that battle. That's a bridge. I
personally feel like we should be discretionary.
That's kind of what I'm saying. Use your head. What I mean? Basically,
if you end up in a room that you don't think that we fit in, or that you're uncomfortable in, you can always leave. Okay. And a good rule of thumb is share that in these group rooms that we have, these chat rooms. Yeah. Share that. Say, I joined such and such a room. This is what I saw. This is what was going on. Yeah. Didn't feel like KGX was a good fit. Took myself out. Exactly. Nobody's going to get mad. Okay.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, we can learn from each one of you guys. Okay. So yeah, I think that was a good thing, Joe. You want to talk about number 4?
Content.
Because it kind of goes into that.
Yeah, this is the creating the content. I mean, it's all kind of, the two kind of go together. Your lifestyle posts and your content and everything are the same thing. It's not exactly, but they really are. It's the things that you're showing. You know, you want contact, you want different things. People are going to see the content is there's a picture of a flower, or you go, oh, hey, my magnolia trees bloom today and blah, 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 or whatever. That's only if you're in the South, I'm pretty sure. I don't even think they allowed them up north. That was part of the Mason-Dixon line treaty or something. We get the pretty trees. Yeah.
Oh, Joe, you cracked me up.
We're Southern. What can we say? I mean, it's just, you know.
You cracked me up.
We love our mamas and chicken fried steak and tractor.
Fried chicken.
But see, just like what I just said, see, we love our mamas and chicken fried steak and tractors. That's all content. Okay. Yeah. We do have educations. Okay. We go to at least the 4th grade. You went to the 5th? That's the 5th grade. Don't you got 6 fingers?
As you can tell, Joe's full of himself today, and that's awesome. I love it when he comes to live and we're on top of things. And I know you guys,
we've been training all week
because we get the most comments when we're like this, so that's good. So, okay, number 5. We're up to the number 5 thing. Now, I do want to stress here that once we get past this 5th thing, that's not the end of the social media training at all. At all. We have a lot of other things that we want to cover. It just so happened that the first thing had 5 steps.
Right.
So the last thing that you really want to make sure that you're doing, like you want to be hyper vigilant about it, okay, is you want to discuss strategy, okay? Now, what do I mean by that? Well, that's a good question. Strategy is how you intend to be a leader. Strategy is how you're going to get where you say you're going. Strategy is how you're going to reach back as you're climbing the ladder and get the hand behind the person behind you and bring them with you. Strategy is about a clear picture. I wrote down a step-by-step system, but you know, it doesn't have to be in retrospect, it doesn't have to be exactly a step-by-step system, but the more descriptive you can be, the more honest you can be, the more you can reference materials and maybe a program such as, and I'm going to use.
How about this video, for instance?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm going to use KGX, for instance. If it wasn't for KGX, Joe and I would not be doing these videos because we decided that we wanted to get to know people in general. We wanted to help all people, whether they were in our team or not in our team, whether we knew them or we didn't know them, whether they were a new friend or an old friend. Yeah. That's what we decided we wanted to do. So now most companies, I will say this, if you're not in cryptogenics and you're in something else, most companies have what they call their education piece. Now, if you don't feel, and I'm just laying this out there, guys, gals too, if you don't feel that education piece covers all the bases and connects all the dots and creates a full picture, don't use it, okay? Now, I'm not telling you not to use the stuff that works. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying don't put that on your social media as your step-by-step system, because the first thing that's going to happen is, we'll use Joe and I, for instance, and I'm reading Joe's post and he says, Johnny Johns has the greatest training in the world, and here is step 1, 2, and 3 of the first module. You got to check it out. So me following Joe, I go and I look at it and it doesn't make sense. Half the dots aren't connected and you're only getting the tail end of the picture. And so immediately as a follower of Joe's, I'm thinking, okay, either he's doing something I'm not, right? or Joe doesn't know what he's talking about because this program sucks, right? So make sure, and thank you, Joe, for letting me put you under the knife like that.
No problem.
You know, make sure that when you're promoting something like a system, okay, that it's complete, that it makes sense to the average person, that an 8-year-old could do it, okay? Because I'm telling you, if you don't, there's my fish. If
you said 8-year-old, man. You said 8-year-old. I had to do it. I'm sorry. But guys, that was real serious. That was a serious thing. Okay. He is right. If something just doesn't, if you don't mesh with something, you're not going to mesh with it. You know that. We're all adults, guys. Okay. Now, we're all wiping our minds. This is what we're going to go in and wipe our minds clean and enter the training. Okay. Let it brainwash you for a second. Seriously. Wipe your mind.
Literally.
Seriously, meditate on it if you need to, or whatever you do. I don't know. But that's true. I keep doing that. I'm trying to wipe my mind clean. It's just not working.
I know, right?
Eat million things.
Wash it.
People take medicine to make them think faster. Why would they do that?
I need medicine to make my mind slow down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are we at?
So, Joe, I feel pretty good. I feel pretty good that we have given 5 solid strategies for leaders already.
We really have.
5 solid strategies.
Yeah, and the nice thing about it, Chris, is it really is go put yourself out there, be you. And now these are a couple things that people are going to say, well, I don't get out of the house that much, or where I live, there's not that much going on, or I don't want anybody to see a picture of my neighborhood. You know what I mean? Things like that. Well, no, you got to think about this. There's people that are getting in this program, I'm sure, or that will, that may live in impoverished conditions, you know what I mean? Or it may be a dangerous situation somewhere, and that's true stuff, guys. And, they may be embarrassed about it. You know what I mean? You don't need to be, but still though, that's human nature.
We all start somewhere.
But hey, you know what? You got your phone, you got a computer or something, you know what I mean? And maybe it's just your phone, and, take some pictures, maybe you like hot rods, maybe you like dogs, maybe, you like palm trees and you want to live on the beach. Maybe your content is, hey, this is where I want to be. You know what I mean? And that's you, that's your mindset. Some people want to live on the beach. Some people want to live in the mountains. Some people want to live in the desert, don't let your environment dictate or destroy what you're trying to do.
Correct.
You've taken a step, and the first step to wanting to better yourself is wanting to better yourself. You know what I mean? And then you need to believe in yourself and believe you can, because that's one of the most horrible things in the world that goes on is no one believes in people, and it causes people not to believe in themselves. You see that person, and I don't know. It's where I live in this town, there's 2 very big spectrums. You know what I mean? Some people are just absolutely poverty stricken,
Right.
But also a couple miles down the street, there's the golf course on the lake,
right,
at the country club, wherever, and it's a neighborhood. There's actually 2 courses, you know what I mean? And it's really nice, so there's 2 different worlds almost, you know what I mean? And to get everybody to come together, it really works out. And with this being a tourist place, everything kind of blends, but you see those that have, every time a new Corvette comes out, they have the new Corvette. Or
right,
you're at school dropping your kids off, and there's the brand new, $175,000 silver Mercedes with gull wings. I mean, you're like, what's that doing here? Well, they live, you know what I'm saying? And then you got, the people that are walking their kids to school, you know what I mean? And the kid that's got the tore up backpack, and things like that. Don't let your environment dictate who you can become and who you are, you know? And I'll be honest with you, that's the biggest lesson we can give you, I mean, and take that in, and better yourself, believe in yourself, because you can do it. not everybody, not everybody comes from great means, humble means make some of the best people.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you get something and you can get up there, you want to help others,
Right.
You don't want to squander and be silly, the importance of things,
But Joe, I think that, okay, since we went down this road, we'll
sorry.
We'll
I didn't really mean to do that, Chris.
well, no, we'll polish it by saying this. We'll polish the ending by saying this. Okay. And I think this is very important. And I you know me, Joe, I think we should cover everything that pops in our head. So nothing's taboo for me. But what I want to say about what you said is that, you make a great point in saying, don't let circumstances control your ability to share. Okay.
Right.
But what I would like to tag on to that is this. Excuse me. Just because you see somebody in, a new car
mm-hmm.
or a nice setting,
mm-hmm.
Or maybe they're at the beach all the time or whatever. Okay. You got to remember those people started exactly where you are.
Well, yeah, that's true. Exactly.
Okay? And so you hear about in no other industry.
Yeah, the rise.
Aside from entrepreneurialism, okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Aside from entrepreneurialism, primarily network marketing and direct sales,
mm-hmm.
you have no other industry out there that has created more rags to riches stories.
Oh yeah. That's
and if you put in a little bit of effort
mm-hmm.
and a little bit of feeling and a little bit of faith and a little bit of hard work, you too can have everything that you dream of.
Right.
Okay. So don't beat yourself up for not being there yet.
Mm-hmm.
Say, I'm going there. I'm right here now, but I'm going over there. And, again, we talked about this earlier in the week when we were talking about some of the other 5 things. And, I want to remind you guys, I want to jog your memories. Okay. Don't go out there and buy the 40,000 square foot mansion. Okay. Just because you're making, $100,000 a week today doesn't mean that 2 months from now, you'll be making $100,000 a week.
Sure.
Now, when I say that, I also want to say this. If a 40,000 square foot home is what you've always wanted, if that is your goal,
yeah,
okay, and it is for some people, okay, yeah. I don't happen to be one of those people, but right. It is for some people, and so we have to address those people too. Mm-hmm. If that is your goal, nothing wrong with that, nothing. But don't mortgage it, okay? Buy it when you can pay cash for it. You want it to be paid for, but bear in mind, be adult here, okay? Because a 40,000 square foot home has 40,000 square foot home taxes.
Investment rental.
40,000 square foot home insurance, right? And 40,000, 40,000 square foot whatever, right? Yeah. Maintenance, cleaning bills. Who's going to clean 40,000 square feet?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and I know y'all, I've been in this a long time, and I know it all looks attractive, and I know it looks like success. Okay, especially if you're younger. It looks like success. At the end of the day, it's so far from success. It is not funny.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, unless you have made it to billionaire status, it's a moot point.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, there are other folks out there, okay, and I can kind of see this one a little bit more. There are some folks out there that have the ideal car, like they have wanted it since they were old enough to drive, and they gotta have it, okay? And there is nothing wrong with rewarding yourself with that. If that's your goal and that's what you're working towards, and you and your spouse are good with that, and it fits into your life, go for it. Again, pay cash.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't mortgage this stuff, y'all, because what's going to happen, and I have seen this more times than not, I have seen those big guys in the industry, you know, showing off this and showing off that. They got yachts, they got houses on the lake, they got 6 brand new cars in the driveway. You know, they're all shiny and blinging, and they're doing their videos, and you know, and then guess what? A year down the road, they ain't got none of that. You don't even know where they're at. You can't find them on the internet. Why? Because they lost it because they didn't make adult good decisions. Okay. And so this ties in, y'all. This ties into the 5 things that you should be doing, because the person that you are is going to show through in doing those 5 things. And if you're that person, okay, and I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just letting you know from experience, okay? If that's what you're shooting for, people will see that.
Right.
And they will begin to question, well, how real is this person? You know, why are they so materialistic? What happened to them in their life that makes them want to grab on to, you know, the gold statue and hang on for dear life?
Yeah.
You know, all I can say is every single one of us here is an adult. And every single one of us at some point in our life has wanted something that was kind of frivolous, didn't really make a lot of sense. You know, made us maybe feel good for a minute.
Not me.
And then, yeah, right. And then the next thing you know, you've got it and you're like, now what do I do with it? You know?
I get it
So
somewhere.
just think about those things. That's all I'm saying, is just think about those things and make sure that you're putting the content out that attracts the people that are closest to you.
Right.
Okay. Up here.
Right.
Up here. Because you're looking for matches. Okay. And one of the things that I want to circle back around, Kathy did a great job when she came on, and we had the opportunity to interview her, and she shared so much great stuff. She really did. And, you know, one of the things that I think that she was really working to get out, and I don't think she ever said it, matchsticks.
You said you need matches.
Matches.
You said you were looking for some matches, buddy.
Yeah, I know.
He doesn't mean I'm just being helpful.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, but I just want to say one thing, guys. What he was talking about there, I wholeheartedly agree with what he was saying, except on one point. There's nothing frivolous about a helicopter. It's really the only thing I want. I want my land on the river, and I want to like be self-sustaining. And I don't want to be self-sustaining because I hate government or because I need off the grid. It's nothing to do with that. I'm lazy. I don't want to have to work.
You don't want to have to pay bills, y'all.
Yeah, I don't want to pay any bills. I mean, and that's true. You know what I mean? And helicopter fuel is going to be expensive. And I want a helicopter. I mean, I really do.
All jokes aside, y'all are probably laughing on the other side of the screen. He really does want a helicopter, but here's something that you don't know. This is something that he's not sharing with you, okay?
Oh, yeah.
Now, that seems a little bit frivolous and a little over the top. It's really not when you think about the fact that he also wants to lend it to the town, okay? Yeah. He wants to allow the town to use it in emergencies.
Yeah, search and rescue stuff.
Lifeline possibilities and search and rescue and things of that nature. And so when you look at the bigger picture, it makes sense, right?
Right.
So,
I don't want Mercedes or anything, or like Ferraris or Lamborghini.
Who makes helicopters? I don't know. Does Mercedes make helicopters?
Bell makes helicopters. Bell makes them.
Who? Bell helicopter. Okay. I didn't know.
You get a Ranger helicopter. I like a Bell Ranger is a real good helicopter. Like usually the business ones are like Bell Rangers. You know, but then I want like a nice helicopter. I don't want like, you know, the little bubble that you can build in your garage. But I got to get a pilot too, because I don't know how to fly one.
Okay. So
we'll cross those bridges when we get there, buddy. Okay.
We love you guys.
Hey, you're not stepping on my dream. I'm not going to let you. I don't let nobody.
Love you guys. We want to make sure that you guys realize that tomorrow, for our live tomorrow, we will be doing some live video shoots from Chicago. Joe and I are going to be live on and off all day tomorrow with that. And so we're just not going to do our normal live tomorrow. And then you might be thinking, well, Chris, how in the world does that figure into social media? Well, it is social media.
Yeah, guys.
I mean, let me tell you something. When I started this thing, when I started this 20 some odd years ago, and we're not going to go exactly how many years, okay? Because I don't want to feel old today. But when I started this thing some 20 odd years ago, if you wanted to get video of an event, you had to hire a production crew. You had to have big cameras like they use on TV and a sound and audio guy and all of this.
Mike.
I mean, it was ridiculous, okay? The things that you had to do to get a video. And then you had to have that video edited. And then you had to load it to the web, and then you had to put it on a platform. And most of the time, you couldn't even put it on YouTube if it was over 15 minutes.
Yeah, that's true.
You had to put it on your own website that you had hosting for, because most events are an hour and a half, 2 hours long. So YouTube was not having it, okay? So at the end of the day, y'all, the fact that we can use this little thing right here, and I can connect to Don or to Rob or somebody, or Brad Feed, who's going to connect with us, right? Okay? I could connect right here, right? And I could connect with them and put them on a Zoom and then go live with them. Is amazing. Technology has come so far. It is the evolution of social media, y'all.
Is Brad going?
Brad's going to Chicago, yes. He's flying out in the morning, 4:30.
You know, we've been trying to get Brad on for a while, and we tried to figure stuff out, but it's just never quite clicked.
Well, he's going to come live.
And a lot of it was we didn't have what we were doing down yet, like with the Zoom setups and everything. And, you know, hey, man, everything takes work, process.
We didn't have all the pieces to the puzzle, so it was difficult. But now we have the pieces to the puzzle, and he has offered to actually do some behind-the-scenes work and some interviews for us tomorrow.
Cool.
We'll be having that stuff with Brad tomorrow, and I can't wait for that. And
we got some bad news, Chris.
What's that?
We got some bad news. And Gloria just came in with another important announcement.
What is it?
Well, being that we don't have, we're not going to just do a regular sit down live and we got everything going on tomorrow. We don't get to have Jeremy on Friday. Sorry, Jeremy.
Yeah. Jeremy, we love you.
Not my fault.
We're gonna put you on next week. You and I will get together, buddy. We'll put our heads together. Right. We'll figure out what your schedule looks like. But
Gloria was real concerned about that. She's like, "What about Jeremy's supposed to be on?" I was like, "I know." That's what she could probably know. She's like, "What is it? Is Jeremy on tomorrow?"
Mahalo, Mr. King, mahalo. So
sorry, buddy.
Hang out. Hang loose. We'll get you on here next week. We're going to have several guests next week. I'm not going to tell you who they are, but we will have more Core 5 next week. We will also have Miss Valerie Stanton, which everybody knows on Wednesday. I'm super excited about that.
And now you know too.
Huh?
We got somebody on Thursday too, right?
Yep.
Is it another Core 5?
Yep.
Okay. Hey, what's an apple have?
A core.
What's 2 plus 3?
5.
Woohoo! Woohoo! Look at the big brain on Chris.
Look at you guys. Look, hey, here we go. Okay, so tomorrow we're going to be live all day, off and on, with the Chicago event, the boot camp. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we have a presentation. Not really sure who's doing that. It's supposed to be Brandon. I'm assuming he's gotten someone to cover that. I haven't heard. But I know he's going to be on a plane, so he won't be doing the presentation tonight at 9. KGXglobal.info, KGXglobal.info. There will be a guest doing that in his place tonight. And here's the thing that I think that's most important to everybody, okay? Cryptogenics is growing, and it's growing without a lot of people. So we have our work cut out for us to go out and share with people that are looking for something real. Okay. So I'm going to leave you guys with that thought today. Again, we do what we do because of you.
Mhm.
We thank you for coming to us in the morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you're at. We hope that you will continue to do so this Saturday with 2 more announcements. One more thing, Joe. One more thing.
One more thing.
So this Saturday, we will have our first Q&A.
Yep.
Saturday is our first Q&A on social media. Social media.
Oh.
And on Monday, this coming Monday, we will not be live at 2:00.
No, it'll be 1:00.
It will be 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Remember the finger, the one more thing. Yeah.
Yes.
And let's go ahead and tell them why we're going to do that. It's so we can extend to a little bit broader audience in other parts of the world. Not, you know what I mean, is what it is. And it's just one of those things where it was kind of a sort of a request was sort of made, you know, and so we're going to do that, you know, just to help out. We're helping build the teams bigger and bigger and bigger. And for some reason, people like watching us. I don't know why. I just tune in to see the fish. Here's
the thing, y'all. You know, as we're building this, as we're building our businesses, you know, we have people globally, and the times are so different that we gotta kind of bend and turn and move so we can get everybody fit in.
Yep.
And so, you know, it just so happens that Mondays are really good days for another country and for that slot. So with that being said, we thank you guys for understanding. Every Monday that we do that, we will give you an extra gold nugget, just like we did last week. So remember that. So if you missed last week, there's a gold nugget on last Monday. You need to go back and get it.
Okay? Oh, and sometime next week, I'm going to be going over hair care tips. Chris isn't.
No.
Nope.
That
was a joke. In case we run out of gold nuggets, we need to leave something out there, like, you know, like maybe, I don't know. Wash, rinse, eat.
We love you guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day. Thank you, guys.
Yep.
Bye, Joe.
Bye.
We love you guys.
Oh, you want to see the fish one more time?
One more time. Let's end with the fish.
This is like our extra co-host.
Yes. We need to name him.
Fish.
We need to name him. Fish. Okay. Hey, Fish.
Fish.
Love you guys.
Bye, everybody.